Hello, third grade. All right, so today we're going to continue on with subtraction. This might be a review for some of you, but it never hurts to practice. So today we are practicing subtracting across zeros. So what that means is if we subtract something from a number in the hundreds or thousands. So let me share my screen. Okay, so I want to show you first with the golden beads, and then we'll look at it with the stamp game, and then we'll look at it on paper. So let's say we have 400 and I want to subtract 137. So just keep that in your head. 137. I have 400 here. All right. Well, go over here to my units, and I don't have any units. All I have is 400, right? And I'm just, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and put our number up here so we don't forget it. We're subtracting 137. That's what we're taking away. Okay, so we always start with units. I have no units to take away from. Go over to the tens place. There's no tens for me to exchange to get units. I have to go all the way over here to my hundreds, put my 100 back, and I get out 10 tens. Exchanging 100 for 10 tens. 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. All right, I still have 400, except now I have 300 and 100 in tens. All right, still don't have units. So I'm going to have to put a 10 back and exchange a 10 for 10 units. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I still have 400. But now I can take away my 7 units. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now I can take away 3 tens. Ooh. 1, 2, yeah. Oh, goodness. 30. And now I can take away 100. And I am left with 200, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 63. So 400 minus 137 is 263. Boom. And I can go over here to my nice lesson paper, and it shows us that they just did that, the regrouping. They showed how first they took 100, regrouped it for 10 tens. Then we had to regroup once more. And then it was 134, not 137. My bad. So there we go. Okay. The next one, a school bought music equipment for $5,004. The drums cost $2,815. How much money was spent on the other music equipment? So we're finding the unknown, 5,004 minus 2,815. We can estimate to, it's always good to estimate to, practice that and also see when we subtract, if we did it correctly, our answer is close to that. And so if they don't tell us what to round to, remember we round to the highest place. We haven't talked about rounding to the thousands yet, so we're not going to round to the thousands. We're going to round to the nearest 100. So they went ahead and did that for us. 5,004 would round to 5,000 because we have 0 hundreds there and 0 tens, so 5,000, and then 2,815. That 815 is going to round to 800. So our estimate is 2,200. So we know that when we do our actual subtraction, our answer is going to be really close to that. So we can do our subtraction, 5,004 minus 2,815. Let's do that with our stamp game. Oh gosh, I already forgot. 5,004, right? It's been a long day. Okay. Minus 2,815. All right, just want to double check. Yep, okay. All right, so now I can get out my minuend. My minuend is 5,004. My subtrahend, what goes sub is under. The subtrahend goes underneath the 5,004. It's what we're taking away. It's 2,815. So we always start with our units. I can't take away 5 units from 4 units. So I'm going to have to do some regrouping. Go over to my tens place. Don't have any tens. Can't regroup for 10 units yet because I don't have a 10. Go over to my hundreds. No hundreds. So I got to go all the way to my thousands here, and I'm going to put 1,000 back and get out 10 hundreds. One, two, three, four, five, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. Now I have 10 hundreds. Now I can exchange or regroup a 100 for 10 tens. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And now I can regroup a 10 for 10 units. And I like to leave a space so I don't get these 4 units mixed up in my counting. I need to make sure I get out 10 units. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So if I were to, on my paper, cross that out and write now what I have above it, they've done that for us. So we have 14 units. Yep, 14 units. We have 9 tens, 9 hundreds, and 4 thousands. And now we can do our subtraction. So we take away 5 units. Just gonna set it over here to the side. 5. Take away a 10, 10. Take away 8 hundreds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and take away 2 thousands. 1, 2. I guess I could just put it right back up there in the box. And what do I have left? I have 2 thousands, 100, 8 tens, and 9 units. So our answer, 2,189. And there we go. Okay. So yeah, I guess I could be writing on this. So that was this subtraction we did. 9, oops. 8. Oh goodness, sorry, it takes forever to get this. And 2. 2,189, so that was our answer. And to check our answer, to make sure we did our addition correct or subtraction correctly, we can take our answer, our difference, and we can add 2,189 to our subtrahend, 2,815. And if we get our original minuend of 5,004, then we did it correctly. It's kind of hard to line these up, but I can try. There we go. Oh, that kind of works. All right, so 9 plus 5 is 14. So you can just see here, I'm just checking my answer, doing my addition. 1 plus 8 is 9, plus 1 is 10. So I have a 0 and I carry my 1. Now I add my hundreds. 1 plus 1 is 2, plus 8 is 10. Oops, I guess I can keep writing there. So 0, and I carry another 1. And 1 plus 2 is 5. So we did our subtraction correctly because we ended up with our minuend. So addition shows the answer is correct. Estimation shows the answer is reasonable. That 2,189 is really close to our estimation of 2,200. So 5,004 minus 2,815 equals 2,189. That is the unknown. The unknown is 2,189. And yeah. Okay. So here we're just going to do it on paper. I, of course, will put the stamp game if you would like to practice with that. That is A-okay. So we can take 7 away from 9. A good rule is if your number on the bottom is smaller than your number on the top, you can take away from it, right? Don't make the mistake of going 7 minus 9 or actually go back up here. If you see, okay, we have 4 units, I need to take away 5. Don't just reverse it and go 5 minus 4. It's a big no-no. I mean, you're going to get the wrong answer. It's a common mistake, which is why I pointed out. So just be aware of it. All right, 9 units minus 7 units is 2 units. 5 tens, 0 tens minus 5 tens. Well, I can't do that. I can't just go 5 minus 0. Nope, nope, nope. There's a clue here. There's a box above it, so that tells me we're going to have to regroup. So I can take away from my 100 here. Oh, it's going to put an arrow over it. And now I have 200s. And I now have 10 tens. So now I can subtract 10 tens minus 5 tens is 5 tens, and 2 minus nothing is 2. Check. So remember, we're taking our answer. 200. Sorry, this takes forever to. 252 plus, we're adding our subtrahend, 57 equals 2 plus 7 is 9. 5 plus 5 is 10. We have 0 and carry the 1. Can I just write it? No. Then we have 1 plus 2 is 3. And that was our original answer, 309, if you could there. 309. So I believe in your homework, it will ask you to check it. Make sure you just turn right around, you take this number plus this number and add it to see if you get the original minuend. All right, let's do one more together. So we have 6 units minus 6 units gives us 0 units. 0 tens minus 3 tens, can't do it. So we go next to our hundreds. We have 0 hundreds, so we can't do that. So we're gonna have to, maybe it'll let me do that, good. Take 1,000 away. So now I only have 1,000. And now I have 10 hundreds. And now I can take one of those hundreds. Let me cross through it. I can take one of those hundreds away. So now I have 9 hundreds and regroup it for 10 tens. And I don't have to do anything with my units because they're good to go. So 10 minus 3 tens is 7 tens. 900 minus 500 is 400. And 1,000 minus nothing is 1,000. Turn around and check. So we take 1,000, 400, 70, plus our subtrahend of 500. Oh, come on. It's like not showing me where the, really? That's annoying. Well, let me write it. Okay. All right. That's supposed to be a 6. Well, maybe I'll let me redo that. Ugh, it doesn't like 6s. All right, let's add 0 plus 6 is 6. Our wonky 6 looks more like a B. It'll work. 7 plus 3 is 10. Carry our 1. 1 plus 4 is 5. 5 plus 5 is 10. Carry the 1. And we have 2,006. Oh my gosh. Really? Sometimes it does 2, sometimes it doesn't. There we go. 2006. Okay. So more of subtracting and checking. Same thing with subtracting money. We just have our dollar sign. We always make sure and we line up. In this case, we're not subtracting any change. We're just subtracting whole dollars. And let's go to a little problem solving. I do want to touch there. So sorry, my page got ripped. This is from like the page before when I was scanning, so don't pay attention to that. Okay. Anton purchased the bike. He gave the clerk one $100 bill, one $50 bill, and one $20 bill. How much change should Anton receive? So this is a 2-step word problem. We are finding the change, which we learned about last week, but we first have to figure out how much money did Anton give the clerk. So we have to add 100 plus 50 plus 20, which is, you got it? $170. I can put my little, oops. I can put my little dollar sign there. And we are going to subtract. The bike is $153. And we just do our regular subtraction. Can't take 3 from 0, so we're going to have to exchange a 10 for 10 units. Well, let me write my 10. And I'm going to have 6, my funky 6. So 10 minus 3 is 7. 6 minus 5 is 1, and 1 minus 1 is 0. So there is $17 change. If you remember from the counting up, when you're counting up change, you can do that with dollars. If you have dollars, you would count 100. You would start at 153 and count 154, 155. Then get a 5 would be 160, and a 10 would be 170. So if you're thinking in terms of your change, your bills would be a 10, a 5, and 2 ones. All right, suppose Anton decided to purchase the skates also. After he gave the clerk his money, how much more money does Anton need to give the clerk? So he has $17. He needs $29 to get the skates. How much more money does he need? Well, we're subtracting. We can just subtract 29 minus 17 to figure out how much more, and we can count up. So we're at $17 18, 19. And then we need to add 10 to that to get to 29. So 2 plus 10 is $12. So just another strategy, another way of figuring it out. You can, of course, you could have just said 29 and subtracted 17 to figure out the answer. All right. I think that's good. Okay. So your homework is practicing subtracting across zeros. It's not always, whenever we like make change, in that case, it's usually subtracting straight across zeros. But as you saw, we may have a number in the ones, we may have a number in the tens. But just make sure if you need to practice with that, with the stamp game so that you can see it, if the number at the bottom is bigger than the number at top, you're gonna have to regroup. And if there's nothing to the next door of it, you're gonna have to go to the next door, okay? So enjoy your subtracting. This is a great brain exercise, even if you're like, Miss Brenda, I got this, I know this. Practice it. I still enjoy doing it. Still keeps my brain fresh and fertile and those connections, those pathways moving. And that's what we like. All right. See you next time.